Yeah, a bunch of news happened. So I left for Genesis. I had an excellent time over there. You guys probably saw the YouTube videos of me in the hotel, but I mentioned I was going to cover everything when I got back. I mean, there was a ton of news. First and foremost, vertical video. There's some cool stuff in here. They showed Magic, mid-range sword character in a versus game with a teleport. This is a very me playstyle of a character. This is the kind of stuff I fuck with, you know? Call a beam assist, teleport, like you can't go wrong. I love Wolverine also. I don't know if it'll be my playstyle in this game. He seems like he's more of a bruiser than ever, maybe. So we'll have to see if that actually like fits my playstyle. This right here is the juice. So they showed that when you call an assist during block stun and like you're attacking and stuff, you don't get like the generic forward tackle assist. You can get like the spin, or you can get other assists from your character. The other thing is this character has like a hover dash. She has like Morgan or Eno like hover dash. So she puts out the trap on the screen and then she just hover dash, boom. And like you can go for like overheads or lows off of it. So this character is a zoning character with traps that has a hover dash. That is already like, oh no, that's going to be a dangerous character to deal with. How does calling an assist in block stun work now? Is it that you always get the unique assist, or is it like your first assist gets it and then the other two is like the generic tackles? How does it work in combos still? How exactly is all of this going to work? We don't know. We have to wait until the next test or the next time we get a chance to try the game. There was also like footage that showed people calling neutral assists in combos, but I'm pretty sure they just like recovered and then called it. That example is hard to tell whether it's true or not. So we'll have to see what the actual gameplay is and what the changes are. That's a pretty big deal though. I think if that's true, it perhaps makes the game like one of the most complicated versus games, because you have to build your team and then use individual assists, and each individual slot needs to have like a specific use. If there's no generic assists, swapping your team around and stuff actually will matter. It will have like a really big impact on the game, and particularly if they make a tagging faster and stuff and like more incentivized, which is ideal. I think it would be cool if this game just has an insanely high skill ceiling and like lots of cool stuff to do, because one of the problems I think for me playing it last time is I didn't really feel that. Like I kind of felt like everything became generic, so you couldn't do as much fun stuff as I was hoping you could do. This system just seems so cool, but the execution was just not there for me. Like I don't think it was there yet. I'm like doing this, I'm nodding like, yeah, make that change, yeah, then do this, yeah, like I'm hyped. And then these are the remaining characters in the game. So let's watch the trailer and then talk about perhaps where these characters can slot in real quick, okay? Because they said like each of the 5 teams has like a thing. EX, win down, EX forward with the win. Mother Earth. This character looks so fucking cool, bro. She looks so good. Like I hope that she actually has an install with this, because like they show her teleport with the fire here. It seems like it has like a different effect. So the way it works is when she shoots her fireball, it goes into the portal, and then when she comes out of the next portal, it activates. Is that how this works? So she shoots this, and then it's gonna come out of this portal when she TPs. Maybe, right? Like that's kind of what this looks like. Okay. That was like a generic tackle assist right there, by the way. Right?
I'll show you how the X-Men get it done.
I heard the voice.
You're cooked, bub.
You're cooked, bub. I was like, we're so back, bro.
Initiating attack.
Oh man, it got me hype. I was doing this. I was.
I am all that remains of Shi'ar technology.
Hey, it's Ari. Swiss cheese. Yeah, Danger is a really deep cut. Like I'm kind of surprised that this is what they went with. They have a lot of things on the screen. There's pre-order bonuses up the fucking wazoo. So there's gonna be costumes: Spider-Man, Punk Rock Storm, Classic Cap and Iron Man, and then Doctor Doom being a fucking freak. You get RGB colors, which is cool. I'll never use that. A bunch of random shit. Howard the Duck, Cosmo, and then there's this image at the end. Now, everybody is taking some liberties and just assuming that these are the teams. There's going to be 5 teams in the game, so these being the 5 leaders would make a lot of sense. Captain America. This is the Avengers. Obviously, Iron Man's on this team. You could put Kamala on this team because she's a character that's in the roster and not listed here. Or she could go on another team, right? They could do Jane Foster, Thor. I think that would be sick and like be something pretty interesting. Kate Bishop, or they could do like Yelena. They could do Scarlet Witch. They could do Hulk or She-Hulk or something, right? They could do Strange, but I think Strange is more likely to be on Ghost Rider's team. I mean, even Spider-Man could be here if he wasn't on his own team. I would not expect it to be the most generic picks based on what we we just saw. Now, for the Spider-Man team, there's a lot of ways they could do this. So they could just have the Zoran Mamdani New York Spider-Man team, right? Put him up there with like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, right? They could do something like that. It could just be a Spider-Person team. Miles, Gwen, Venom, Penny, right? Characters like that. They're all kind of the same. Even if you try to be like a little tricky with like adding Miles and he has electricity, and adding Venom and he's like big and he's a scrapper, and then adding Penny and she's got the mech, like it is 4 Spider characters. If you're gonna make a Spider-Man team, I think it should be like Green Goblin, Miles or Venom, right? And then Kingpin, or they have Doc Ock that could be in the game, something like that. If it's gonna be like a Defenders or like a Young Avengers or like something, you know, there's a lot of other ways that they could make interesting teams. I think something with Shang-Chi in it, that team could be cool. The other thing that I was thinking about is that his team could be the Fantastic Four. It could be like Spider-Man, Johnny, plus some. It depends on what Doom's team is, but like he could also be on the Fantastic Four with Johnny and some other stuff too. His team could be like Black Cat, even, that's also true. Like Stature, like Kamala. Star-Lord is a weird spot, and same thing with Kamala. I don't know what teams they naturally fit onto. That makes a lot of sense. Now the Doom team. I think the most obvious, boring thing is that Doom is the villains team. One for each of the other teams, basically. You can make it Magneto. For the Spider-Man team, it could be Kingpin. For the Avengers, right, you could pick Thanos. I think it would be more interesting if he wasn't part of a villains team, but like where else are all the villains gonna go? They could do something with Loki and Strange, also Loki, Strange, Onslaught, Doom, like some weird thing like that. It could even be something of like not necessarily villains, because like Doom doesn't always do bad stuff. If the Earth is in danger, Doom is gonna show up and be like, this can't be. I live here. Like, let's fuck some people up. And Star-Lord, I think like if he's on some space kind of team, like he could be on a team with like Nova and Doom. Then that leaves us the team at the bottom. Now, selfishly, I hope that the team at the bottom is the Midnight Suns. We just toss in a little Blade, a little Doctor Strange, a little Elsa. Let's like not even get fancy down there. We don't even gotta think about it. If these are the exact leaders, that's how it's gotta shake out. The problem is it seems weird that these are the 5 leaders. Ghost Rider as a leader of like the Midnight Suns or something would be very odd. Where's Cyclops' team? I'm afraid to tell you Cyclops is not, he's not making it. He's not on the X-Men, he's not making it, brother. The lore of the Unbreakable X-Men is that the regular X-Men got their ass beat. So then Storm was like, Mother Earth, and then like fucking assembled the scraps of who was left, and then that's the team. Whoever's not a punk bitch, stand up and fight with me. But I think it's pretty clear. They said in early interviews, they don't want to be constantly compared to Marvel vs. Capcom. We're not that game. We're doing our own thing. We're reimagining some stuff. The biggest one is Cyclops because he's literally dapping up Ryu. And I think his friendship with Ryu might have got his ass killed. Anyway, that's what I think about the roster for this game. Other stuff that happened. Hell yeah. So they add Toph in the game and then they make her, I think like, literally not what I expected at all. That's her flow stance dodge. That jump in looks brolic as fuck. They made her like a wrestler. They used the arc where she's like the blind bandit, like fighting in the arena, as like the basis of a lot of like her moves, you know? They were like, all right, we're gonna like give her some wrestling moves and shit. She's got like an elbow drop. The boulder, armored flow movement. Badger mole pillars make walls, so she's like Aghanos, so she has like the wall that you have to deal with. She's got the boulder's elbow. Better platform ride. Hippo is also one of the people in the earthbending ring that she like. Oh, she does go to metal in this. That shit is sick. This fucking frame of Aang just getting absolutely fucking obliterated. All of the stuff that she does is like from the Blind Bandit. There's gonna be a test soon, so if you haven't signed up already, there's a new test coming for this like really soon. February 20th is when they close, which is like, you know, 4 days. You have 4 days to sign up for this. And the playtest is February 27th to March 1st, which is next Friday over the weekend. So sign up. If you were in the last one, you're automatically in this one. And the only other 2 characters that we know are confirmed that we haven't been able to play yet are Sokka and Azula, right? And then there's 5 unannounced characters that are going to be in the game. The game's going to have a 12 character launch roster. That's another thing. They announced the release date for Tokon is August. This is much faster than I expected. We knew it wasn't going to make EVO this year, but I thought it was going to be like a October, November time game. You know what I mean? I thought this was going to be like a chill fall game. We're moving towards this pretty quick. Like, we're getting there. This is right before CEO. So it's going to be an absolute clusterfuck. I was like trying to figure out my summer, and I was thinking about like whether I should go to CEO or not, because I wanted to check it out. I heard the venue was cool last year. Now seeing this, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this comes out, it's right when CEO is. And like, I could just stay home and play this game and then restream CEO. But I could also just go and like hang out and then probably commentate the first event for this game as well. This is a tough choice now. They also announced, I don't know if you guys saw, this just got announced during State of Play. They're doing like a remaster for the last DOA. And then they announced a new DOA is coming. There's no details. We don't know much. This is like all we got was like, we're working on a new DOA. They're like, it's the 30th anniversary. A new chapter awaits.
W camera guy.
Oh, fee. And then this character got leaked for 2XKO. An artist who worked there was just like posting on their art profile, like their portfolio, all their stuff that they worked on for 2XKO. There was like a frame in the background, and there was the Senna stage. And then also on the life bar, it was Akali on Blitzcrank's team. I saw people like, why would they announce Akali without a trailer? I don't get it. And it's they may not have known, but she leaked. So they showed off a bit of gameplay for the character, and they also showed off a bit of gameplay for Senna. It sucks because last week the news was so sad about the layoffs. Immediately, like, these two characters leak, and you're like, man, they were working on the coolest shit. This is what we get from Akali, right? She has a teleport. And then she's got like M. This is her 2M, I think, right? This is, I guess, 5H or something, or like maybe a special that launches. Air charged H or jump 2H, one of the two, because you can charge air heavies. And then that gives you enough hit stun to do dash like M. This must be her 2H. And then air combo into like whatever this special is, which you can like then cancel. This looks like it tumbles. She looks insanely cool. A lot of people were freaking out about her design, but like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If they didn't say anything, I would have just been like, it looks like a collie. I think she looks great. The only difference that she has is that there's red on her design. If you are a fighting game player, to me, the reason that the red is there is like very obvious. It's because you want to be able to see when she's punching and kicking you. You want like visual clarity on her normals and stuff. And like, you may notice that like, you know, it's on her hands and feet. Yeah, I don't think it looks bad either, but I'm pretty sure the red is so that you can see, you have like clarity on attacks where she uses her elbows or legs, right? Like stuff like this. You see the red smear. Like, you can tell what normal it is easier because of the red. I mean, Dante's like my favorite versus game character. He's one of my favorite fighting game characters ever. So when I saw the teleport, I was like, we are so back. Senna. I love the Senna design. I think she looks fucking sick. I was like, kind of like, why this haircut instead of like having braids or something? But then when I saw Wraith form, I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, it makes sense. So she's got the jump in. She has the gun, which this must like be a way that she gathers souls or something, right? And then when she hits you with shit, she like can transform. So she like pulls a soul from that. And then it must be like when she turns green or like she lands a certain amount of these soul moves, she transforms. I hope that the way this character works is like do stuff in mid-range and then turn into this and just start fucking twerking on you. Like, give me air dashes, give me like teleports, give me some kind of mix up in this mode, because it says she's a rushdown character. Give me some shit. It sucks because the game just had these massive layoffs, and then you're like, oh, and then you're sad, and then you're like, they were working on this. I don't think there's anything that they could have done to not get half their staff laid off, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know what the expectations for the game were or like how it was going to perform, but Riot did huge layoffs back in like 2024 and didn't really lay off anybody from the 2XKO team. It was probably inevitable that the second this game came out, they were going to cut people. I don't think you cut half your team 3 weeks after a game's launch if you don't plan to do it before the game comes out. You know, you can't even get enough data to like have a reason besides we were going to do this anyway. So it's a shame, and it like really sucks. What is their focus? Like, what is their team capable of? Like, what's their plan for the future? This is the 5th week after, so we're supposed to have a balance patch like pretty soon. Is that still the plan? Has anything changed? They're trying to work on local duo mode, which I'm surprised never shipped with the game to begin with. Then they also say like all the competitive stuff is happening. Go check that out. And they're doing some dev stuff. They said We're working on a program with local TOs to access exclusive in-game prizing, which can't be earned anywhere else, to try to grow local scenes and like people going out and playing the game. Then for core gameplay stuff, they basically say this game has a high skill ceiling, it's hard to play, but that's like by design. And then they're gonna hit outliers and stuff and then make changes so that some of the characters who don't have defined strengths and weaknesses have them. The bullet points are ranked, screen tearing, and Yasuo and Echo. Can I give another bullet point for ranked though? One thing about ranked, and something that disincentivizes me from grinding ranked, this doesn't apply below Grandmaster. And I actually don't even think this applies to everybody in Grandmaster. It's only people who are like really high ranked. I fought Inzem as an example, who is top 5 at Frosty Faustings. We play a set. The score is 2-1. I win the first game, he wins the second game, I win the last game. I lost points winning the set 2-1. He lost points losing the set 2-1. We both lost by playing each other. That doesn't make any sense. You have to 2-0 another challenger player to gain points. These characters need to get nerfed. They're too strong. But I think most of the cast is like pretty competitive right now. Like these two characters both have things that are not all strengths, but they're not really impactful. You don't really notice it at all. Yasuo has bad lows. Yasuo also has like kind of a bad jump. His jump is really awkward. He doesn't have good ways to like attack directly below him or in specific spots. He has jump 2H, which is a cross-up move, but like stalls him in the air and you can't angle it very easily. And it's like hard to pick the spot you want to attack with. Like he could flail on jump 2H and hope for the best, but it's like unsafe. And like if it whiffs, he just dies. If Alawi jumps over you, she hits jump 2H and it hits the entire screen. How can we even consider that as a weakness? I need you to just like, you gotta for a second just unplug your keyboard and like listen to the words that I'm saying, because like I said that the character is really broken and his weaknesses don't matter that much, but that doesn't mean his weaknesses don't exist. Like you need to listen for a second and then quit typing on your fucking keyboard and like actually consume the things that you're hearing in your goddamn mic instead of just like sitting there typing thoughtlessly into the void. Yeah, bro, I know he's the fucking best character in the game, bro. Like, duh, his weaknesses don't matter. They said it right here, and I told you. That doesn't mean he doesn't have weaknesses there. I hate Yasuo, but like I'm telling you the truth.